Alright, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. In the last video, Java Kotlin Calculator 11, we completed our Java Kotlin calculator. So I'm going to move on now to the Kotlin version of the BMI program. If you do look out on the GitHub repo, which again is right here, it's out at github.com/JeffTeachesProgramming/Java programs. If you look out there, you'll see that now we've got calculator Kotlin, Java Kotlin calculator. All right. So we're about to start our new project, and here was me putting in the last one. So there's a couple things I want to do here first. Remember, in order to make all this work, I had to go and do two things. I had to download the JDK, the Java Development Kit, and the Gradle compiler. All right. Now, once I've done that, okay, I want to double check and make sure that I've got Gradle installed and that I've got Java installed. So I can do Java ---- version, and you can see it says that I'm running 26.0.1. Okay, and if I have Gradle ---- version, not Girdle, how about Gradle? And you can see we've got that as well. All right. Now I should mention that even though when I asked for the version it says 26.01, I had to reinstall version 21 to make it work with Gradle. Okay. Then when we came in here and we brought up, so I'm bringing back up Visual Studio Code. Remember, I added some extensions. I added the extension pack for Java and the Kotlin language extension. At a minimum, that's what you should put in. All right. So, no, I don't need these walkthroughs. I'm not going to do any of this stuff. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to bring up a terminal. There it is. So I want a CD to where I want to be. So I'm going to do a CD to let's see, where do I want to be? Let's double check. All right, so this was the Kotlin calculator, I believe. Yep, 8.8. That's the one I was working on. Let's double check. Let's see. Calculator Kotlin, source, main, Kotlin. Something tells me this is the wrong one. app.kt. Let's go back. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right stuff, that's all. So let's look for and it says it's not in there. I just want to make sure you got the right one out here. So let's see. Let me stop for a minute and see if I can find it. I'll come back and show you once I do. Not sure where it is, so I'm going to find it for you. I'm going to do a file, open recent. looks like it's right here. Again, I want to make sure that's the one that I sent. So let's go look. Okay. Those are the ones from yesterday. Java Kotlin calculator. I want to put all these things together. No, I don't need to copy it. Forget that. So this Java calculator should go into the Java folder. So I'm going to copy. OneDrive, desktop, Java. So what's in here is wrong, to my knowledge. So that's Java Kotlin calculator. That is the right one. Oh, goodness. Let's do this. Let's cut this just to make sure we still have it, if I do need it, and we will paste it out there someplace. All right, there's Java. And that should be under calculator Kotlin. So I'm going to put in a new folder. Like that. And I'm going to drag this in there. All right, now I'm going to do another CMD here. And I want to be to here. All right, git add dot. It's fine. Git commit -m, and as always I go back to find out exactly what I put in there. So that's this. So this will now be last updated 8.9. All right. All right, so let's see if I've got the right one in there now. Last updated 8.9. Okay, the cov, yeah, that should be the right one. Apologize for doing it wrong. But what I want to do is I want to come in here And I've got this folder now that's called BMI Kotlin. And I want to have a Java Kotlin BMI folder in there. And I do. And it's empty. So that's where I want to be. Why am I showing you all that? Because I want to make sure you understand. I'm going to do a CD here to right there. So I am in my OneDrive Java BMI Kotlin. Okay, so what have I done so far? I've done the first 2 steps out of the ones that I needed to start doing a new Gradle Kotlin project. I made sure the Java Development Kit was installed, and I made sure that Gradle was installed. I added the VS Code extensions. Now I want to generate the project, and all I have to do to do this, I want to be in the empty folder where I want the project to live, and I want to type in Gradle init and hit enter. It says directory will be modified and existing files will be overwritten. Yes. What do I want to build? I want to do a number 1 here. Let's make this bigger so you can see what's going on. All right. I want to choose an application. I want to do a number 2 because I want to use Kotlin. Enter the target version. Well, the version that I'm using, again, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Sorry about this. Let's see. Where's that build file? That's the one I want. Because it says, I believe, what version we're using in here. There we are. 21.0.12. Please enter an integer value. On the default's 21. Project name, BMI Kotlin. Okay, what do I want? It's a single application project. Select the build script DSL. I'm not even sure what that is, but I'm going to do a 1 for Kotlin. Select the framework, 1 for Kotlin test. Generate build using new APIs and behaviors. We'll just hit enter for no. Build successful. Okay, so it says, now if I do take a look in here, this was empty before. So I'm going to come in here. Let me do a CLS. And let me do a CD to BMI Kotlin dir, and you'll notice there's a whole bunch of stuff that's been built for me. All right. So I'm going to go into app. I can do this many ways, just so you know. But I'm going to come in here and I've got my, okay, I'm going to do a CD to source and a CD to main and a CD to Kotlin. And it says that's empty right now, which is fine. I'm going to create 2 new files. I'm going to call them, what did I call mine? Look, I need my main.kt, of course. So let's file, save, close that. And we'll do another notepad of BMI state.kt. Yes. All right. So if I do a dir right now, there's my files, my main.kt and my BMI state.kt. Okay. All right, let's clear this. And let's, right now we're showing in here all that. So if I come in here and I do a file, open folder, and again, I want to go into desktop, Java, BMI Kotlin, Java Kotlin calculator. Let's go back one. Well, actually, I wanted all that stuff in here. So I think I screwed up, but I'm not sure. Let's move that. Let's move that. All right. App, source, main, Kotlin. I don't know why I'm getting these org example files. I don't know why I'm getting that. Let's see if do I have main.kt. Says there's no match. Well, that doesn't sound right. Probably making this a lot harder than it has to be. So let's open a folder. Desktop, Java, BMI Kotlin, BMI calculator, app, source, main, Kotlin. Again, I don't know why I've got org and example in here. I have no idea. But we'll use that. That's fine. So that's the folder. There is the app.kt, which is the one that we just get in here. All right. So let's rename this to main.kt. All right. And let's copy this. And we're going to rename that one to BMI state.kt. Now we're going to remove everything that's in here. We're going to remove everything that's in here. And we're ready to start. Sorry about that. It took a lot longer than I thought. Seems like a waste. If it did, apologize in advance. Be back shortly. Thanks.